Before, we end up having to wrap up with you, I just wanted to touch on some of the weirder elements of Millet as well. Like, is his first lady his sister?
He has said that he would make his first lady, excuse me, that he would make his sister his first lady. He also came out a couple of nights before the election with a list of fake news, one of which is that he felt the need to clarify that he had not fucked his sister. Excuse me, I didn't mean to.
Thank you. Yeah, good to know.
That he felt compelled to tell the public.
I think what you're looking for is made love.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just endless weirdness there. I mean, again, I'm not immersed in it enough to say any of this with great confidence, but I can tell you what he has come out and said.
Yeah. What is magicide? It's the libertarians and their weird desire to break certain laws for sexual purposes.
There is an overwhelming amount of discourse about pedophilia that lines both what Milei discusses. His vice president has brought up pedophilia at different stages.
There's a long time Dionysus libertarian streak that I think is there, but I want to get back to one more point about this election. Well, in terms of demographically, is Argentina a younger country? I mean, I wonder if 50 years ago, 50 years. Less than 50 years ago, the ushering in of a regime like this, like I say, 30,000 people disappeared. I mean, there was, and who knows the reverberations of something like that. I've never lived through anything like that. But for the sort of the societal memory to have waned enough so that somebody coming in sort of maybe ringing off a couple of alarm bells. Is it a younger country? I mean, what?
It is a younger country. I don't have the exact demographic numbers in front of me, so I can't loathe to provide any kind of statistics, but it does skew young. I just, again, in what I have seen and witnessed, and I'm only one reporter, I'm disinclined to say that there is, a lack of memory going on in Argentina, or even a disintegration of memory. I really think it's a testament to how bad conditions are right now, that they are willing to overlook, these very alarming statements he has made about the junta, because they feel like there is no exit, or continuing, the path that the Peronists have laid out would just kind of continue their decline. I happen to think that they're gravely mistaken, and right. I think any number of economists would agree that the proposals that Milei has put forth are only going to hurt Argentina further. But it's something different. I think, as I told Emma in October, when people hear dollarization, I don't know if there's a firm understanding of exactly what that entails, what that means for their personal finances. I think there is a kind of misconception that if they are to start earning in dollars, that this would improve their standard of living. The problem is that Argentina doesn't have the reserves to back up that transition, so the exchange is going to be incredibly punishing, and it's just going to end up, it's going to lead to horrible inflation, mass poverty. There's already poverty in excess of 40% that would climb. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
And just to be clear on that dynamic, had the Argentinian government had this huge reserve of US dollars, they could circulate those instead of having to go and essentially buy all the dollars to make that type of conversion. And you don't want to be in that position of having to buy all those dollars if you're going to convert your economy, because people are going to charge you a higher rate than because all of a sudden there's a surge in demand.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make that clear for folks who may not, sort of understand that dynamic. of what the lack of reserves to convert. And who knows? Maybe there are people in the government who'll say you can't do that. But someone just IM'd us that Milei has cloned his dog 3 times. Made a council of advisors.
5 times?
Clone dogs.
5 times?
Open to and has named them after Milton Friedman, Murray Rothbard, and Robert Lucas.
I stand
never
corrected.
heard of that one.
They weren't the Austrian economists, but they were, you know.
I guess my point being that this may not be someone who's going to listen to you know, advice from you know, standard advisors, economic advisors.
Well, I mean, I think that's what's so scary about this is that he's an ideologue. You know, he is not like Trump and Bolsonaro in this sense. You know, both of whom would pretty much pursue whatever policy. You know, you could see it in Bolsonaro. I think, I don't know, cite recent Brazilian history that I don't have a firm grasp of, but I think I remember that during the pandemic, he was willing to, you know, spend and hand out checks and keep people afloat. I don't know if someone like Milei would do that because he has his own set of beliefs, and I don't see a lot of compromise there.
Do you think this at the very least is the end of Peronism? I mean, is something new going to come out of this, or maybe it's a little bit early to tell?
Again, Peronism has been a presence in Argentine politics for, you know, 60, 70 years. I think to call it the death knell of Peronism would be probably dangerous. It will come back in some shape or form. But what exactly that is, I don't know. And, you know, as we see now, like all of these political coalitions are reformulating in different shapes and sizes. Juntos por el Cambio could merge with La Libertad Avanza. The Radicales, which are a moderate party within Juntos por el Cambio, are up for grabs and could end up being part of a larger Peronist coalition. I don't know. But things are in flux right now.
Jacob Sugarman, lifestyle editor, Buenos Aires Herald, writer at The Nation magazine. Thanks so much for catching us up on this. It's fascinating and a little bit disturbing. I got to be honest with you, but that's going around these days. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. I'll talk to you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.